Boom, now we're recorded. So we're in a different setting now, and it can be very difficult to maybe check in and figure out how you're going to actually be able to follow through with this for, honestly, not even just a short period of time, but a long period of time, and how you're going to continue to be successful. Because I know, a lot of you guys are at different studios right now. It might be kind of wearing on you a little bit that you don't walk into the studio and you immediately have, Ryan and Dulce or Gabe or Jason or myself, right there to give you a high five and be like, dude, what's up? You ready to do this? And it might take away from it a little bit, right? Because it's a big mindset shift because now you're at home and there's a lot of disconnect there because you almost feel like you have to leave your house and go somewhere else in order to kind of check in. And that's what I really want to help make the connection. And not only that, it's really make sure that you're challenging yourself at the at-home with the at-home workouts. And then on top of that, making them harder if you need to make them harder, help your coach out, make sure you have that open line of communication. These are all things that we're going to go into today. I have, we'll go into a little bit of mindset stuff, but I know Ryan did it on Friday, so we're really going to focus on movement and adding more and more value to your workout as well, so that you get the best workout possible, because that's what it's all about. Right now, and this is the very first thing that the little booklet that I made goes into is your mindset, because right now is such a crucial time to have the positive mindset and to really be able to, hone in and focus. Like today, Dulce wrote a killer workout where you right off the bat, you start off with Tabata and Tabata burpees nonetheless. So one of the more difficult movements and one of the more difficult time frames and structures to do, where you have to move really fast. And it can be kind of hard to check in and know that when that bell dings, I got to get as many reps as I can, right? And nobody's watching me. All I can do is kind of get off camera for a second and shake it off. How do we check into that mindset so that you're ready to go and you're able to get the most out of every single workout? And, what I really wanted to go into is remembering the emotional connection. And that's something that we go into with every Fit in 42 meeting that we have. As you know, whenever you come into one of our studios, we have a sit down and we sit down and we talk to you, really get to know you so that we know where you're coming from, what your reasoning is, what you want to accomplish, and how we can best help you get there. And the more we learn about you, the more we're able to help you. And that's when we establish that emotional connection. And, I've heard everything under the sun at this point when it comes to reasons why somebody wants to exercise. But that's something that we really need to dwell on and go back to. And so we're going to go over right now is your emotional connection, because everybody has that emotional connection, whether they haven't really realized it yet, but there is a connection to why you want to exercise. You might have been scrolling down Facebook and you came across an ad for Fit in 42 and you're like, oh, let me check this out. I've been thinking about working out. And you click that ad. There's always an emotional connection to why you did that. And we usually, in that consultation, we unlock that. And honestly, a lot of times we find tears. And even during the Fit in 42, we get tears. And that being said, that's you need to, if you haven't figured it out, figure it out. Is it, running with the kid? Is it being able, is it walking the daughter down the aisle? I know that's a big one for me. Now that I have my daughter, what's that emotional connection, right? And a lot of and the one that gets to a lot of people and hits home for a lot of people is, waking up, looking in the mirror and recognizing who you see, right? And that's one that everybody usually resonates with, and is feeling good about yourself and your appearance and the way you're able to move and the way you are in your day-to-day life. How is your health? And that's something that really hits home. And that's usually the one that gets the tears. But that's something that you need to always come back on. And that's what's so important. That connection keeps you coming back to that exercise. When we go into Fit in 42 and we have our first 1 or 2 weeks, the first 1 or 2 weeks, you're usually excited. And we see the Fit in 42 is excited. And yes, it's getting more and more difficult. But again, they're excited, right? But what's going to be there when that excitement dies down? If there's no emotional connection, you fall off very easily. And if you don't have that connection and realize that, you will fall off. And that's something that we want to stop during that Fit in 42. So, and we see it. So if we haven't established that, then we have a one-on-one talk with that member. We're like, what's it all about? What gets you up in the morning? I know Casey, one story that he would always tell me is there was a member, and he asked her in that initial consultation, what am I going to be able to whisper in your ear when times are rough, when we're doing the burpees, like today, Tabata burpees, and you're on round 8 and you can't do it anymore? What am I going to be able to whisper in your ear to be able to get you through that last round? And her response was, do it for your son. And because her son had just passed away, and that was the reason she's getting into working out. But that was an emotional connection, and that's something that he was constantly using to do that. And so right now, in the situation that we find ourselves in, you need to, if you have already established it, go back, write it down, write down why, figure that out, and figure out all the details of that emotional connection. So that when you have those days, because it is so easy to say, no, I'm not going to work out, because all you have to do is pick up your laptop. And while that sounds simple, you're at home and you're at your most comfortable state. And unfortunately, we are at our laziest when we are comfortable. So we have to, just like we talk about in Fit in 42, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what you have to do. Because what does that mean? Does that mean working out earlier so that you can accomplish your workout in the day? Because it's not going to happen. Right now we think it's perfect world. The world's paused. We're at home. We got the kids, but it's not, because we have the kids running around. And if we think we're going to work out at 4 in the afternoon and the kids are ready to play at 4 in the afternoon, it's probably not going to happen. So do you have to wake up early, get your workout in then, get uncomfortable for an hour, but then you'll get comfortable later. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So then that way you can continue to move forward and you don't you don't fall off. Something that we talk about a lot is that we have a lot of you guys that are in the seminar right now that took this step and went the extra mile to be here at 7:30 at night to watch this seminar and to be interactive in this seminar. A lot of you guys that took that step, there's a lot of people that aren't taking that step, right? And what's going to happen is that you guys taking this step are going to surpass that group. Because there's a lot of people, right now, financial reasons to the side, there's a lot of people that are just kind of thinking that the world is on pause, like it's on a vacation. Unfortunately, the world is not on a vacation, and we're not on a pause. Stuff is still happening. Your body is still working. The world is still going, even though you can't leave your house. You have to take action and continue to move forward with it. You can't just stop, right? And so you have to take that action, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, figure out your emotional connection. So after this, if you need to write it down, put it where you work out. Put it on your laptop. If you use your laptop, you use your MacBook to work out, put that sticky note on that laptop, and then get that emotional connection every time. I'm doing it for my kids, whatever it is. For a little bit, we had that take what you need board in the gym, and everybody was taking those sticky notes. Make those sticky notes for yourself so you always have what you need right there, those quotes that really get you going, right? And that's what you really need to get you going, because like I said, opening up that laptop, as simple and as easy as it may be, it stops being easy if you stop wanting to do it, right? So you have to want to do it, and then you'll be able to just pop open that laptop, check in, see Gabe, see Gail, see myself, and then we'll get you there. All you got to do is take that first step, get in your workout. Don't miss your workout. Now more than ever, honestly, is the time you should work out. I mean, how many times have you heard, I don't have time to work out? Now all we have is time, right? And there's still people not working out. Then we find out it wasn't that you didn't have time, it's that you didn't have the discipline and the correct habits to get you to where you want to be. But you guys have those habits. So now let's make those workouts better. So moving on. And this will all be in that little ebook, and you'll be able to go through it again so in case you miss anything. Now, going along with that, what I want you guys to do when we're done here is make a goal for yourself. Make a goal for yourself during this time. We don't know how long the time's going to be, unfortunately. But right now, let's plan for 6 weeks, right? Or let's plan for 8 weeks. I know in every single studio, we're starting up a virtually free Fit in 42 on the 18th. That's a no-brainer. From this point forward, that's 8 weeks from that Fit in 42 ends. So make a plan, make a goal for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Now, use the SMART goal method. The reason why we always recommend that method is because it works. And that's what you hear that all the time. You hear your coaches going over that all the time, because you want to make the goal, make a plan, and then execute that plan. And that's going to really, really help you. Right now, more than ever, you need to have a plan, and you need to have someone holding you accountable. So you guys all being here is amazing. You're taking that first step. But let's go into SMART goals. So what I want you to do when you're done here, write down your goal, and don't just say you're going to do it, but actually do it, because that's the first step to everything, right? Do it. Write down the goal and be specific with the goal. What do you want to accomplish in the next 8 weeks? Right? What exactly is it? Is it 25 pounds? Is it 27 and a half pounds? You want to be that exact. You never want to say, and I know you've heard it before, you never want to say, I want to lose fat or I want to lose weight. That's not enough. That's not enough. You're never going to get held to that because that's not enough. Imagine you get a job and they're like, you ask, how much am I going to get paid? And they say, money. Right? Oh, how much money? You want to be specific with that. And so that's how that works as well. So you want to be specific with your goal, because if you're not specific, it's not going to happen. So you want to write down that specific goal. And going along with it, now we move on to our M. The M stands for measurable. Make sure that it is measurable. Can you get from point A to point B with that goal? Is there a 1 to 10 to that goal? Losing 27 pounds, absolutely you can measure that goal. Hop on the InBody. You could use your scale at home. Whatever it may be, use something that is measurable. If you want to lose 10 pounds of fat, that's measurable. Figure out something measurable. And then there's the A. Is it achievable? Right? Can you do it? In 8 weeks, can you do it? Now, that means, if you write down 100 pounds, I'm not saying you can't lose 100 pounds. You perfectly could. Proper diet and exercise. I've seen it, and we've seen someone lose 100 pounds, and it's amazing, but you won't be able to do it in 8 weeks. So make it achievable for that time frame. Then let's move on to our R, realistic. Now, is that realistic for you? Right? If you're somebody like, we'll take Mariella. Mariella's Mariella and Jessica actually already, someone that's fit, someone that's already leaner. They've done a Fit in 42, and they're in a little bit further part of their journey, in their fitness journey. Would it be realistic for them to say, I want to lose 25% body fat? No, they would die, right? So it has to be realistic for you, and something that's realistic for you, your body type, and you as your person. Now, don't use it as an excuse to make your goal easy either, right? Make it realistic, make it challenging. And then make it, the T, time sensitive. You want to make your goal time sensitive, put an end date. If you don't put an end date on something, it's never going to happen, right? It just becomes a dream at that point, and dreams don't come true most of the time. So that's what you want to do, is put an end date to that goal. That turns that dream into a goal, and that goal becomes a reality. So put an end date to that goal. Like right now, I wanted you guys to plan for 8 weeks, so plan for the weeks. Now, we'll go into our 8 tips. So I came up with a total of 8 tips that I think are key to making your workout the best. Some of them are simpler than others. Some of them you may have already thought of. Some of them you might already be doing. But with, adding these in are going to make your workout so much better, right? Because these are all things that we utilize when we think about our workouts, when we're putting them together, whatever we're doing, whenever we write everything, this is exactly what we have in mind. So right now, our very first tip that I have for you guys, tip number 1 is write down your workout. Write down your workout. You want to write down your workout before you get into that Zoom, right? You guys actually, and if you're not on the app, let your coach know. Let your head coach know that you're not on the app, and if you don't know about the app, again, let your head coach know, because you're able to access the workout that you're going to do for that day through that app. Now, you could do it by yourself. I don't recommend doing it by yourself, right? Because it's the reason you work with your coach. Because you can go to a gym and work out by yourself. You hop on the treadmill, and you're going to plan on doing 15 minutes on that treadmill, but you're probably going to do 8, right? You want that little kick in the butt. You want that accountability, and that's why you signed up with that coach. So let them know if you don't have that app. But it's on that app. It's on your Fit in 42 workout app, the online app, the Trainerize app, and you can see it. Because if you write down your workout ahead of time, even if you put it on a sticky note, you can put it on a whiteboard. I have my whiteboard right here. Whatever it is, whatever you have accessible to you, a torn up piece of paper, you'll know exactly what's going to happen before it happens with that workout. Because sometimes, there's variables that are out of our control as much as we would like them to be our control, and everybody, like our internet connection, right? We've been having a little bit of earthquakes here in Southern California, and that can knock out your power for a second. And if it knocks out your power, you don't have internet, right? And if you lose it for a second, you might lose a piece of that workout. But if you have that workout right there on that piece of paper, then oh, okay, everybody's doing Tabata jab crosses. They're doing jab cross flips, and you're able to follow along a lot better. And if you're able to follow along a lot better, then you're able to get a better workout. And that's what it's all about. So we'll move. Does anybody have any questions? At any point, you can stop me and I'll answer any questions, whatever it is. Boom. Good. Awesome, guys. Yeah, there was an earthquake on Friday. You guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys felt it. We were live finishing our workout. We were stretching and the earthquake happened. And Jamie, who's in this right now, saw me not react to it and be confused to what was happening. But anyway, so tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be, oh yeah, Tanita, yeah, let me unmute you really quick. Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. I just noticed I do the 6 a.m. class, but the workout does not come on until 3 a.m. in the morning. So I'm crawling out of bed at 5, trying to get everything prepared and then looking at the workout. And then some I don't understand it, and they give us the video to review it. And that's just, I wanted to suggest, to you guys, or maybe to get that workout that night before, like, in the evening, the day before, so that we have time to look at how to do things, copy that down, because getting up at 5 in the morning to do a 6 a.m., that doesn't give me the time. And I just,
exactly.
I try not to look at it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
that's a great
suggestion.
Suggestion
for the early people, that the rest, they have more time, but when you start at 6 a.m., it's like, I'll see how they show me out. It says, I'll just watch what they're doing and figure it out and go from there, because you guys show us how to do it. But it's nice to see the proper technique and everything else, when you have it there.
Right. So actually, this is something that we just went over, all the coaches. Hey, I'm going to mute you again just for feedback. But thank you for that. That was awesome. Thank you for that feedback. So what we're doing is we're uploading them the Sunday before the week even starts. So Stephanie, you brought up a point right now that you get an email. Here, I'm going to unmute you real quick. I think you have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes. I say every night, the day before, we get an email with the workout. That's how I go over it every night before the workout in the morning. Because I do the 6 a.m., but it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yeah, but they should be getting uploaded earlier now anyway. They're actually going to be uploaded a week ahead of time now. So we'll take care of that for you, Tanita. But then that way you're able to write that workout down. So let's go into tip number 2. Tip number 2, and this is something, it seems like a no-brainer, but what you want to have and what you want to be aware of is your space. And I know Coach Gabe is in here too, and he'll probably tell you the same thing. You want to find an area in your house that has the most space, right? Whatever it may be. Because the more room that you have to work with, the more your coach is going to be able to personalize your workout, and the more you're going to get out of that workout, right? So like lately we've been having, a lot of jumping motions. We've been having a lot of combinations that you shouldn't just be staying stagnant in. You should be hitting that combination and move somewhere else in the room, doing that kind of stuff. But you want to figure out which room is best for you in the house. Kind of should strategize around that room. Is it your living room? Is it your backyard? In La Quinta, we have a lot of our members actually work out in the backyard, whatever it may be. You want to make sure you have that space, because then, again, your coach is able to modify your workout in that fashion, and then you're able to get more and more and more. Yes, trainers do the same. Yeah. But that's what you want. You want that space. You want that room. So then you yourself make your workout harder, and then you're able to move freely. And that's actually, if you walk into every studio is strategically planned out that all the equipment is in a specific spot so that you have as much room as possible in that workout, so that, again, coach can help you more, and then you can get the most out of that workout. So get as much space as you possibly can, figure out that room. Now, so tip number 3. Now, tip number 3, again, it sounds simple, but you want to amplify your sound, whatever that may be for you. So amplify your sound. A lot of our devices, the devices you're on right now, has a Bluetooth capability, right? And usually if it's able to go to Zoom, it's able to use Bluetooth. And so what I recommended to a handful of people, if you have trouble with sound, is check to make sure that your sound is on with your Zoom. We had a few issues with that this morning, where in the bottom left corner, if you look down, you'll see mute. If that mute is down, that means that your audio more than likely isn't connected. And if you hit that little arrow next to it, it'll ask you which speaker you want to use, what computer you want to use, if you want to use, or what audio you want to use, if you want to use computer audio, internet audio. If you're using the phone, it'll ask you if you want to call in. You don't want to call in. It's not going to help your audio. You want to use internet. You want to call in via the internet. And that's going to increase your audio. But on top of that, if you're doing your workout and you're able to, and I think Rosanna does this, connect to a speaker if you can. Even if you hook up, hardwire that speaker and just plug the auxiliary cord into your computer. That way you can hear your coach louder. And I know in La Quinta, we play music during our workouts. You're able to hear that music and you're able to hear your coach cue you, right? Now, another thing, maybe you don't have access to a speaker, but you have access to one of these bad boys. And, a wireless headset like this, it's a very cheap wireless headset. I think I picked this up for about like $40, just specifically for what we're doing right now. So I could use the microphone in it so that people can hear me a lot, the clients can hear me a lot more clearly when we work out. And this is going to help you out a ton because you can hear every little noise that comes from your Zoom meeting. And you can hear the little things that your coaches say. So then you're able to pick up those cues and you don't miss out on any part of your workout. And so these are really basic tips, but these are tips that are going to make everything better in the long run. And you're able to get more and more out of that workout. So any questions there? Awesome. So tip number 4 is communicate with your coach. Communicate with your coach, whatever it may be, right? Right now, you might kind of feel a little embarrassed or shy to do so, but just because we're talking through a screen doesn't change anything. Your coach is still going to be there for you and is still going to want your best interest, right? So if you have a bad knee, and we're doing like we've been doing a lot of legs, we did a lot of legs the past couple of days, and your knee hurts, tell your coach. Tell your coach that, because then your coach knows, oh, okay, this is what we're about to do. Oh, Mariella, you actually do have a bad knee. I don't mean to pick on you. But Mariella's coming in my Zoom. I see your name popping up. All right, when we get here, I'm going to give a regression. I'm going to give a substitution for this movement. So then your coach is able to be reactive to you. And your coach is able to help you. So then that way you don't miss out on that movement and you don't end up doing something that's not going to help you out during that round. Sometimes we see, instead of someone doing squats, you go to jumping jacks. So now jumping jacks aren't bad for you, but they're not as good as squats. And your coach can help you out do something that's better for you. That's not going to hurt your knee. You're going to be able to get more out of it. Also, and this is one that I tell everybody, if you're having issues like Tanita with the app, so that was awesome that Tanita communicated that. You want to communicate right now more than ever because your coach isn't able to see you in person, right? So there's things that you kind of miss along through the webcam. And we're able to coach you, and we're able to get you to the workout and challenge you. But if we see, we might miss a facial expression, and we're like, oh, maybe I need to go talk to Jessica or Rosanna or Stephanie and see what's going on. We might miss that. And so just let them know. And you can send them a message privately through the Zoom. Or a lot of you probably have your head coach's cell phone number, or have them on Facebook. You reach out to them and be like, hey, something's acting up. My hamstrings are really tight. What can I do? Instead of being discouraged and, kind of hiding away from your Zoom workout. So communicate with your coach. Communication is key. It's like any other relationship. So now tip number 5. Tip number 5, this one's very basic, very easy. Tip number 5 is use a weight. Use a weight. That's going to add more challenge because all exercise and any kind of movement is to enhance regular body motion, right? If you think about it, anything that you do, anytime you pick up a weight, let's say you're doing curls, that's to enhance the motion of your hand doing this, right? All your muscles connect and move your body. So that's all exercise is made to enhance the movements of your body. So when it comes to using a weight, what a weight does is adds tension to that muscle and adds load to the muscle. And then that way it challenges the muscle, and all exercise really is and challenging an exercise and challenging the muscle during exercise is time under tension, right? So you increase the tension. That's the simplest way to do it is by adding a weight. You increase the tension of that movement, and you're going to get more out of that muscle, and that muscle is going to get stronger. That muscle is going to get better. That muscle is going to get leaner, and you're going to get exactly what you want. And that's the easiest way to do it. Now we're going to go over a few other ways to do it, but that's one of the easiest ways to do it. But now here's where it comes with using the weight, which your coach will coach you on. But I just want to go over it just for everybody to see. Whenever you hold the weight at your chest, which sometimes I'll see someone messing around, and one of their kids will run by while we're doing jump squats or something. So they grab the kid and they start doing jump squats. It's funny and that's awesome because you don't want to get hurt either, right? Whenever you have any kind of weight in your hand, you want to keep it as close to your body as possible. Right? You don't want to put pressure on your lower back, and you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to, hurt your lower back. That's an issue that we see a lot, and that's usually it comes from doing movements repetitively that aren't correct. So whenever you use that weight, keep it tight, keep it close to the body, keep your torso up. Always improve your posture first, and then add that weight on, add that load on, and that's going to make that workout a lot harder. A lot of you guys are able to check out weights at your facilities, and if you haven't done so yet, and you don't have weights at home, reach out to your head coach, and he or she's gonna help you out and give you a time frame where you're able to come in and check some stuff out. And that way, you're able to grab a kettlebell, do some squats with the kettlebell. You're able to grab some light weight, and this is one that actually a lot of people miss: is grabbing the light weights for when you do your combinations in 42 combat. Right, having the 5-pound weights, that's what those are for. Having those 5 and those 8-pound weights when you're doing combinations, that's going to make those combinations a lot harder. And that's going to make your workout a lot better. So get with your coach if you need to get some weights. That way you're able to add on to your load. But always be safe when you're doing that as well. So now going into tip number 6. Now this one can be a little bit more complicated. And it goes on to increasing the tension of a muscle, and it goes on to making the movement a lot harder. I talked about it a little bit today in our workout, but tip number 6 is engage as many muscles as possible in each movement. So what that means is try to use as many muscles as you can. Try to use your entire body in every movement that you do. So an easy way to do this is to make sure that all the muscles are firing. So today we had a plank, right? And so you had that plank leg raise. Now, if you were to just go into a plank and drop down into that plank position, it's easy, right? How many times have you heard, oh, planks are easy, yada, yada, yada. They're not easy, and they shouldn't be easy. If they're easy, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, I like your reaction right there, Patty. Nope. What you always want to do is engage your muscles. Now, how do you do that? Your body has a bunch of different muscles all over it, right? Now, you engage them by how you move them. So when you're doing the motion, like we'll go into the plank, always make sure your hands are wide. Your hands are shoulder width apart. You're gripping the ground. You grip the ground, now you're engaging all the muscles in your hand. You pull your elbows in and back, and you're in that proper form, you start to get your lats fired. You start getting your lats fired, now your body's using that. You squeeze your glutes, now you're getting your glutes and your hips and your legs engaged. You're keeping everything nice and tight. You squeeze the core. Now you're getting as many muscles as possible working. That movement is going to become way more difficult. And the more muscles you actually work, the more calories your body's going to need to burn in order for you to do that movement. So that's going to make you squeeze extra calories out of your workout, right? It's a little bit of complicated stuff, but that's stuff you want to focus on. So now, let's say you don't have a weight. What could you do? One thing that I tell, and we've talked about in the past, we had an overhead squat. Okay, you can practice your overhead squat. Now, with the overhead squat, if you had a weight, you would hold on to the sides of the dumbbell, right? And you'd go straight up and overhead, and your coach would tell you, rotate your elbows in. You want to keep your elbows right next to your ear. Now, if you do that, and if you guys want to try it right now, you can. You just go straight up and overhead with your hands. Now, if you have open hands, easy peasy, right? You don't feel anything, right? Eventually your shoulders are going to get tired. You're going to need to put them down. But if you are to squeeze your hand as tight as you can, immediately you feel the muscle in the arm engage. And now if you go straight up and overhead, not so easy, and you rotate those elbows in, now you're getting more muscles fired up. So you can activate your muscles because your muscles have two different phases and stages that they're in. There's relaxed, and then there's contracted, right? There's when they get engaged and when they get fired up and when they're being used. Those are the real two states that muscle has. So if you are to squeeze your glutes, whatever it is, right? Squeeze the core. And if you're able to squeeze your core while you do a squat, now you're engaging your core and you're using more abs while you do that, and you're getting more out of that movement. Now, another thing that we like to go into is maybe using household items to even allow you to do this. Now, what I prepared here was something that I hope all of you guys have, a broom. Now, with a broom, what you're able to do is do just that. You don't have to just squeeze your hands, right? let's say you're doing a squat and you want to make it harder, you want to engage your lats. All you would really have to do is grab onto your broom, rotate your elbows in, squeeze the crud out of that broom, pull it in nice and tight, squeeze the shoulder blade. Now you're engaged in your lats, you're engaged in your arms, and you're not going to be able to hold this for that long. Right? Now you're getting the most out of it. If you wanted to go overhead with it, you could do that as well. But you could basically use that broom to create tension in the body. Try to snap that broom in half. Don't actually do it because I'm sure some of you guys could. But aim to try to activate those muscles by rotating those elbows in as if you're about to snap that broom in half. Now you're engaging in more muscles. Now, I hope I'm not losing some of you guys because this is like, it can get kind of technical. But that way you're engaging more and you're getting more, right? You're making the movement harder. You're burning the more calories, like I said. You're doing all that stuff. That's going to be a key in there. Now, does anybody have any questions on that? Awesome. You guys studs. Studly. So, next one. This is so important, and I feel like this one falls to the wayside a little bit because tip number 7 is fuel your workouts. You have to fuel your workouts. And that I know for a fact, a lot of you could probably aren't right now. And I know, I understand. I get why, right? Because when you're going through your routine throughout your day, you probably have milestones in your day that tell you when it's time to do something, right? When it's time to pick up the kid, when it's time to do whatever. If you sit in your office, you have a window in your office, you know by the time the sun starts to go down a little bit and it gets a little darker in the office, you turn the lights on or whatever it is, oh, it's time for me to eat or it's time for me to go pick up the kids, whatever, it's almost time to go home. You have those cues. But when you're at home, the game has changed. Your situation changed. You don't have those cues anymore, right? Oh, when the mailman comes, okay, it's about 11 o'clock, then I know it's time. Well, some of these things might not be happening right now, or they might be happening at different times, so your schedule might get thrown off. Now, that's something that can make your nutrition suffer, and you could forget to eat, and I'm sure some of you guys probably done that, right? You know, right now, I think our grocery stores, at least here, have kind of caught up to demand, and I think everything's kind of good now with our grocery stores. But if you're in an area right now where you don't have that much available to you, go back to your basics and try to figure out what's going to be good for you and focus on getting those good foods. And I'll go into that in a second. But continue to make sure that you're eating every 3 to 4 hours, right? I know Gabe probably went over this. I know Ryan probably went over it. Stay hydrated throughout your day. Continue to drink your water throughout your day. Just because these milestones in your day aren't happening doesn't mean your day's not happening, right? So get your water in, get your first meal in, get your breakfast, get your snack, get your lunch, get your snack, get your dinner, get your snack. Figure it out that way, but make sure you're continuing to eat, because one thing that's going to happen that if you're not staying if you're not staying fueled up your workout and you're not giving your body the proper nutrients, you're not going to wake up feeling ready to work out, and you're going to get groggy throughout the day. And if you're already struggling in your mindset to get the workout in, when your body is tired and not able to recover from the workouts, it's going to be more of a reason to stop. And the last thing you ever want to do is stop. So let's go into a few things that are a few easy foods that are really high in nutrients that are easily accessible and easy to buy in bulk. And if you absolutely have to do these, you can do them. Beans. Beans are so nutritious and good for you and so readily available for some reason right now. You can get canned beans, you can get any kind of bean that you would like, but as long as they're not refried, right? But you can get these beans, and a bean is one of these, you get more bang for your buck because you get more protein, you get more good carbohydrates and good protein out of that bean, right? And you're getting a lot of fiber out of that bean as well. But beans are an easy one to pick up. Any kind of lean ground beefs are really good to pick up, right? Ground beef might not be your favorite kind of meat protein to eat. It's not mine, honestly, but it's easily available, and it's something a little bit cheaper as well right now. You just want to make sure it's a little bit leaner, but as long as you're keeping that, then you're going to keep everything high in protein. Lean ground turkey as well. That's something that's a little bit easier and more available right now. People don't usually think of that one. And honestly, here in La Quinta, we have a little bit more access. One of our members is actually, for my La Quinta peeps that are in here, one of our members, Paco, he has, a Fit and 42 turkey chili. The Fit and 42 turkey chili is awesome. which you could make right now with very easy ingredients. But one of our members in La Quinta, he owns a restaurant and he has access to a lot of these foods. It's just not really a food shortage. It's just that people are buying up so many of these foods. So if you wanted to, you could reach out to Paco. He's a member. He owns Solano's in Palm Desert. He's the one where he lets us do our Fit and 42 rapid parties there. If you were to reach out to him, he could help you get a lot of these proteins and order them for you. Your chickens, your steaks, all that kind of stuff. He's able to get a hold of those, and so that's a resource that you guys have, just so you know. But those are some good, easy proteins that you can get. Now let's talk about carbohydrates. There's always a mix up of carbohydrates, right? You know, complex, simple, all that kind of stuff. Now, a simple carbohydrate is sugar, and it's called a simple carbohydrate because it doesn't take your body that long to process it, and it's easy for your body to process it because it's simple. But because it takes not a lot of time, it doesn't take that much time to process it. It's going to turn into fat, and it's going to give your body energy immediately. However, your body can't really handle that, so it's not good for you because it will turn into fat, and it's deteriorative and all that kind of stuff. So you just want to stay away from sugary stuff, especially right now. Right now, a lot of people are using it as an excuse. Snack up, let's get those Pop Tarts in. Like, I bought these rationing foods, and I don't need to eat them yet, so maybe I'll just start snacking on them a little bit. Now, that's something you want to stay away from. So, what are some good carbohydrates that are easily available? Once you go through the ebook after this, you're going to see that the top of the list, again, it's not a typo, is beans. Because again, like I said earlier, beans are both a good protein and a good carbohydrate, and they're going to fuel you. And because what a complex carbohydrate is, it's a little bit complex for your body. It is a sugar. It's just a different kind of sugar. And it processes through your body a lot longer. It takes your body, I want to say it's 1 to 2 hours to process a complex carbohydrate, but it gives you a longer lasting energy, and it will fuel your workouts. And that's really what's going to do it. So you want to make sure you get these good carbs. A sweet potato, that's one. Rice, quinoa, these are very easy, and these are just a handful of examples that you can make. You know, rice, you can buy a bag of rice, you can buy a minute rice, whatever it is. If you can get your hands on it, obviously, if you want to get something that has more nutritional content, you go for some brown rice, you go for something that's a little bit more naturally made. But if you absolutely have to, buy the minute rice and buy the box rice, and then that way you're still getting a complex carbohydrate. It might not be as high of a quality, but you're still getting it, right? It's kind of right now, we kind of, just like working out at home, we got to work with what we got. Same thing goes with nutrition, right? So make sure that you're able to fuel your workout, because not able to fuel your workout, more of a reason to stop. And we don't want to stop, right? So that brings us to tip number 8. This is our final tip, actually. And you've heard me say this, and I'm sure you've heard every single one of your coaches say this, but use supplements. Now is actually the time where you should be using supplements. Because what supplements are never made to replace a meal. Ever, ever, ever. The last thing I would ever want you to do is to drink protein shakes all day, right? You'd be buying a jar of protein every week, and that'd be great. That'd be great for the gym's business, but I'd rather you eat food, because that food is going to give you a little bit more nutrients than the protein shake would be able to do, and give you different amino acids. It's going to provide you a little bit more, right? So you want to have a protein shake after you work out, but you don't want to have it throughout the day. You don't want to just keep having shake after shake after shake after shake. But what supplements are made to do, they're not made to replace, but they are made to do exactly what they're called. Supplement your daily diet, your daily caloric intake. Fit greens are actually back, Steph. I'll check on that for you, Steph, about the online. Steph, I think actually everybody got that message, but oh no, I got it privately. Steph asked about fit greens online. If you order online, guys, we'll check on that kind of stuff and see when that's going to be available. But the ones that I highly, highly recommend right now are going to be, obviously, you want to take your fit weight right now, because like I said earlier about talking about grocery stores, your grocery store, especially some of you guys in a different part of the country, where you might be in an earlier wave of what's happening. Like with us, we're 3 weeks in. We're about to actually 3-4 weeks in now. It seems like things have kind of calmed down at the stores, and people like destroying them, and now stores have limits, and now you're able to get your hands on good foods that you want and not have to settle with the SpaghettiOs. But if you're in an earlier part of the country and you're not able to get the chickens and the steaks and the ground turkey, you're going to need to supplement protein, right? And a protein shake is amazing for that, because as you should know, your body's not getting enough protein. your body's not going to be able to maintain the muscle you have and recover from the workout and then continue to build on more muscle, right? And I don't mean turn into a bodybuilder, but I mean strengthening that muscle, getting that muscle lean, whatever it is, it's not going to be able to do that. So you always need to make sure that you're getting enough protein so your body's able to do that. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. That's how it works. So fit weighs when you want to have. Another one is your omega-3. Right now, your fish oil is something that you should be taking. That is so good for you. Now, I mean, the ease right off the top, it helps your hair, which barbers aren't open right now, so you want to keep that hair healthy because you're gonna have a long mane once we get out of this. But it helps your skin and it helps your vital organs. And on top of that, it boosts your metabolism. So right now, you want to make sure that everything is firing in all cylinders during this time. Especially, with the pandemic going around, you want your immune system strong, right? And you want your metabolism strong. And fish oil is a great way to make sure that you're keeping your body as strong as possible so that it's able to, fight something off. I'm not saying it's going to cure a disease, but it is going to help you fight off diseases. It's going to help you, get rid of calories and burn calories and help your metabolism boost. Multivitamins. Multivitamins is absolutely something that you should be taking. I talk about it every Fit in 42. It's so difficult to get enough vegetables every single day. Everybody seems to struggle with it. Because it's just difficult to get them in your meals. It's difficult to make sure that they don't go bad because vegetables, especially if you're getting good vegetables, they'll go bad in like 30 minutes, right? You can have them in your fridge for like 2 days and then they go rotten. And so it's really difficult to keep track, to continue to go to the store, and you should be having your vegetables in every single one of your meals. But if you miss out, that multivitamin is going to really put a safety net on you and make sure you get enough vitamins for the day. Now, right now, again, going back to the grocery store, so if you're not able to get the vegetables that you need, that multivitamin is going to really kick in and give you extra vitamins. Again, it's not made to replace vegetables, but it is there to help as a safety net to make sure that you do get enough vitamins every single day. Because again, you want your body firing on all cylinders right now. Now, fourth supplement that I highly recommend, last one too, is the Fit BCAAs. Fit BCAAs is something that I absolutely recommend during this time. And that's because what a Fit BCAA is, it stands for branched chain amino acids. Now, those branched chain amino acids that it gives you, your body needs, it needs some multivitamins. Here, Denise, you have a question?
Yes, I need some BCAAs ASAP.
Oh, yeah. So we'll go in that. So tomorrow what we'll do is we'll open up a window for you guys to come in and grab some.
Thank you.
Yeah. So BCAA, branched chain amino acids. Branched chain amino acids have 3 essential amino acids. Your body produces amino acids, right? I want to say there's 11 of them. Off the top of my head, I want to say there's 11. But out of those 11, 8 are non-essential. So 8 are non-essential, and then the 3 are. I might be off of my number, but I know the 3 are essential and the rest are not. Your body produces all the ones that aren't essential, unfortunately. So the ones that you need for muscle growth and muscle recovery are the ones that you get from protein powder, from chicken, from steak, from your good quality proteins. Those are the 3 that you get. Now, branched chain amino acids are made from those 3. So it's able to give you those 3. Now, again, not made to replace anything, not even the fit way, but it is made to continue to fuel your muscle while you're breaking it down. You're creating micro trauma while you work out. It's able to replace it. Now, a tip that I give everybody is during a workout, I recommend sipping on it. Sip on the BCAAs. You could have it throughout the day. Dilute it if you want to, and have it throughout the day. Put it in every one of your water bottles, and it'll give you a little bit of flavor throughout the day. But have that BCAAs as a part of your day, because then that's going to really help you maintain the muscle and build and recover new muscle, right? So now, when it comes to picking up supplements, Steph, I wish you lived closer, but when it comes to picking up supplements, reach out to your head coach. Whether it's Gabe, whether it's Ryan, whether it's Jason, or Cody, or Casey, reach out to your head coach and see, hey, when are you guys going to have a time that I can do this so that I can make sure I'm stocked up, right? I know we do the Fit in 42, the online supplements as well, and you're able to order them through there. I'm going to check on those big greens for you, but These are four that I highly recommend during this time because they're really going to make sure that you have that safety net to keep your nutrition covered right now. Does anybody have any questions on any of those supplements? Yeah, we can do that for you, Jamie. I just got your text or your message. No. Okay. Oh yeah. Here, Katie, let me unmute you.
Okay, so I've had trouble getting into the Zooms in the morning. And, I get in, sometimes I get in, but most of the time I don't. I get all dressed and try to get in and I can't. What is the best way? Should I go to the Facebook message where you say we're going to be on, like in 20 minutes before you say we're going to be on?
Typically, the website is going to be the most up to date, like today. And so, in case you guys came across this, if you go on the website, let's say if you're using your phone, I highly recommend using Zoom on your laptop. If you're going to use it on your laptop because it's 42athome.com is going to be the best way. But if you go to 42athome.com, and I know a few people came across it, on the mobile version, and you see this list right here, you might only see, like I'm holding it super far away as if you could see it, but can you tap it? Does it change it? No, but you'll see a list. I'm trying my hardest. But you'll see a list, right? And you'll see the times, you see the coach, you see the location. You won't see a link. What you got to do is swipe. If you swipe to the left, it'll produce the links for you on the mobile version. You'll see the link, and it'll actually give you the password right there as well. Yeah, let me get you right here, Tanita. Yes.
Okay, I use the mobile, and that's what I was talking about. I just tap on the class that I want to join, and it immediately it connects me. I see my big old face there, so I don't have to put in. I don't have to put that code. That's what I was talking about. Just tapping on that. So that's very useful.
Yeah. So if you just swipe to the left on that list, you'll see that link, and just tap that link, and it'll take you right to it. But 42 at home should be your resource for everything. Steph?
I was just say the other thing you can do on Zoom, if you're going to the same class every day, you can already have it in there so you can go straight to Zoom and tap on it. Like it saves it for you in a drop down at the top where you normally would type in the numbers. It'll save it as a drop down, like it says La Quinta when I go in now. So it's a quick way to get in.
Let me get you.
You're talking about the Zoom app?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I'll try that one too.
There you go. And I'm sure your guys' coaches as well. And you guys are with me. So we're becoming like crazy pros with Zoom, figuring out all these crazy fun things to do with it. The spotlight is awesome. Like how you noticed that even when somebody else started talking, it stayed on my screen, all that kind of stuff. So we're becoming pros with Zoom. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to wrap this up. But like I said, that little ebook is going to be available shortly after this. If you're doing the March Madness, post your challenge. If you have not already, okay. Now I'm saying this as a coach, but I had this conversation with my Fit in 42, with my members, because if you have not already signed up for Fit in 42 online, you need to sign up for Fit in 42 online. I'm telling you this as a coach. Okay. It is literally, it's free. It's free because your coach is going to make sure that you finish it. And that's all you got to do. It's a very low deposit to do it. It's like ridiculously low. You get all the value of the Fit in 42 and you get the accountability because that coach is there to support you. And that coach is there to hold you accountable. And in Fit in 42 is when we're able to do that to the best of our ability. We're able to hold you to the most accountable. We're able to be there for you when it comes to nutrition, and we're just all moving forward. And you want to be a part of that, especially right now. Like it's free. And your coach is not going to let you flake on a workout. You got to get 5 workouts. You got to go to the seminar, and that's it. And then you get your deposit back. The deposit's super low, and that's something you guys got to do. That's really what's going to be optimizing your workout. You know, these tips are going to apply these tips. These tips are going to make your workouts a lot better. But that accountability in Fit in 42, whether you go to Fit in 42 Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Kingwood, El Paseo, especially looking to, no. But if you go, whatever studio you're going to, that's going to give you the most accountable. Exactly. Yeah, definitely worth it. If you've gone through Fit in 42, it's going to be the same. Here, Tanita, let me get you right here.
Well, guys, I just want to say and recommend it highly. I was the original Fit in 42 girl a couple of years ago, and it's nothing like you have right now. We had our we would get our workouts, and I would have to figure it out, watch the little videos, do my workout, and then and then post it. I had to do my pictures. I had to show what I ate. I did it all myself, and let me tell you, it took me a couple of times, but I was successful, and I lost 50 pounds, guys, just to let you know. So this shit works. And it's going to work even better now when you have the Zoom classes and you have your coaches there cheering you on, showing you what to do, and you just show up and do your class. So this is an invaluable service that they're doing for us, and we would be fools not to join in and continue getting fit and strong. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Your check is in the mail, Tanita.
Yay! I'm cheap, man. I'm free, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome. Thank you for that. So, with that, guys, here, let me spotlight myself again. You reach out to your coach, get more details. If you have questions, if you're on the fence, talk to your coach, talk to your head coach. Remember, you trusted them for a reason when you first walked into one of our studios. So continue to trust them. They're going to get you to this time, and that's a really good way to get to this time. I know in La Quinta, we already have half of our spots full. And today was the first day that we dropped it, and we released it. So, go to your coach. Get that. Get in there. Get in that Fit in 42. All right, guys. So with that, what I'm going to do, we're going to wrap this bad boy up. What I want you guys to do, this is the way that we end all of our workouts in La Quinta. We're going to go into a virtual fist bump. Give me a little virtual fist bump. Bam. Now we're going to huddle up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to unmute everybody. And get your protein. Get your water. One second. Somebody give me feedback. Get your protein. Get your water. Get your Zoom workouts in and apply these tips. On to, we're going to go Fit in 42. Ready? 1, 2, Fit in 42. Good job, guys. Have a wonderful night. Get some dinner in.
Thank so much, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you for joining me, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice
Bye,
night.
guys.
You too. Bye-bye.